Okay, time now is 8:59 a.m. in the morning on August 17th. It's my last day. I slept from 4:20 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Fuck, I feel terrible. I think I might die. I'm so tired. It's not even funny. And last night I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed at 3 or something," and of course I didn't. But 4:20 is like slightly earlier than before, but oh my god. So yeah, I'm actually insanely sleepy right now. I'm honestly kind of surprised that I'm still able to wake up, because the moment I hop onto the plane, I'm just gonna fall asleep like immediately. I didn't 100% pack everything. I think I did like 40% or 50%, which is bad given that today is the day I'm leaving. But it's like whatever because I think I can pack pretty fast. Yeah, so my sleep here is the last time I'll ever sleep in this place. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Also, I was wavering last night. I didn't know if I want to buy the JPEG Mafia concert tickets or not. Still, last night I actually thought maybe I don't need to go because I'm gonna be tired when I go back. I'm gonna have jet lag, blah blah blah. So maybe I just want to save some money. But then at the very end, I was like, you know what? Never mind. Like, this is like, how many times does this happen? You know, JPEG Mafia coming to LA to perform. And I know that happens a lot, but also, like, it'll be years until he does another one in LA and I coincidentally am free, you know? And then Victor finally responded saying, oh my god, this is a steal. Like $40, but it's already like $60 now if it's not sold out. So let's see if it's, hopefully it's still $59, right? Hopefully it's still 59. Okay, I think it's still 59. Okay, thank god. So yeah, now I'm gonna buy it. I think I've made my decision. I'm gonna go. Even if it means solo, I think it's worth it. God damn. I also have like a small list of things I need to do today as well, including copying files from hard drives to my new hard drive. And also Rachel last night DM'd me and asked me if I can buy a bunch of McDonald's Shake packets, and she says she'll pay me back, and I'm like, okay, sure. So I'm gonna do that. Not much else. Yesterday I was quite worried about arriving in America because I thought it was gonna be late at night, which means it's gonna be 6 a.m. But what the fuck was I thinking? 9:30 p.m. is 12:30 afternoon. 12:30 at noon, not 6:30 a.m. So honestly though, I'm just gonna have a full night's sleep on the plane. Now the only issue, so in terms of jet lag, honestly it's not bad. Plane landing at 9, not bad, because that's 12 at noon. But the problem with that is I won't fall asleep for a long time. I usually go to bed at 4 a.m., so that's around 1 p.m. afternoon. And let's say I go to bed earlier, 10 a.m. in the morning. I go to bed at 10 a.m. I'm gonna be hungry. And in the middle of the night, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. LA time, there's not going to be any food delivery services. I'm relying totally on snacks. It isn't until later in the morning, 7 a.m., maybe 8 a.m., when restaurants start opening. And then maybe I could use Uber Eats. I use Uber Eats, they bring me some food, and then I sleep. So that's the plan. But at least this is better than forcing yourself to stay awake for 30-something hours. So this is, yeah, we'll think about it. But that's the battle strategy now. I'm gonna bring some snacks over and I'm gonna have them as quote-unquote lunch. Also, last night I weighed myself and I'm at 143.9 pounds. Holy fucking shit. I've never reached past 140 pounds in my entire life. That has never happened before. I am actually heavy and fat now. So when I go back to LA, I gotta run, man. I gotta start running, cardio, you name it. But it's good that I'm gaining weight for real. I remember dropping down to 120 something pounds back in 2022. Well, now I'm a big boy. Yeah. What the hell?其實呢個燈光唔好靚，冇所謂，冇辦法㗎。係嘅。呢嘢拆我台喎，321你123你1使就冇呢個。再嚟。我覺得你做得好過佢。咁樣嘅。
No need that. You don't drink because no good for you.
牛腩蘿蔔湯啊，清湯腩湯嚟嘅。No good for you 啊，都水啊。
嗯。What? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my room is once again basically completely cleared. Goodbye bed, goodbye air conditioner, love you so much. Goodbye closet. Goodbye. Goodbye. Adios. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. Nope. Nope. Okay. So yeah, I think this is it. This is it. Not missing anything. Right. Well, it's been a good 12, 13, 14 years. I want to do something meaningful, like a flying kiss or something. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna leave now. What an interesting day. Alright.
咦，好問啊！我家下先，你要聖誕節先見㗎啦。好快。
Alright. One final official goodbye. 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 guess that's it. I guess that's it. Oh, sorry. Once again, all alone, once again. Let's go. Okay, let's check this out. Let's check out the lounge. Bruh moment. Okay. Here we go. Ooh.
On this flight from Hong Kong to Taipei. Our crew are fully ready for departure. However, due to the flow control in Taipei, and so we still need about 10 minutes for pushback. And we apologize.
Why am I completely alone? This feels wrong. Bro. Oh. What? Skytrain? I don't get it. Where do I transfer? What? Oh shit. Transfer D5. Okay, shit. I guess I'm taking the Skytrain then. Yeah. Okay. Not confusing at all. D5. No. Los Angeles. Oh, okay. It's coming. What is happening? SkyTrain. Okay. I hope I'm going to the right direction, because if I'm not, then I'm screwed. Okay. Bro. Where the hell is D5? Okay. Whoa. Shit. Oh my god. Ooh. Okay. Zam. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Whew. Okay. Okay. Back to normal. Nothing suspicious. Nothing suspicious. Okay. 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 Ooh. I was a little worried that my bedroom is gonna turn into a cockroach haven, but thankfully not. Yet. I am back. It is 12:55 after midnight Pacific time. In Hong Kong time, 3:55 p.m. I am energetic, as you can probably tell. Yeah, lots of things to say, but first and foremost, let me clean up this room, wash all my bed sheets, and put everything back to order just now, because I have too much shit going on. Clearly all 6 of my roommates are here right now, and I'm seeing good signs, mostly good signs. I find shoes at the door, so I know Asians are involved. And it appears there's a lot of communication. People are talking to each other using memo papers. I saw soy sauce at the kitchen, so Asians, again, we have Asians here, that's good news. Um, they seem like USC students. They're using Trader Joe's bags. That's USC 101. But it is a bit of a mess. It is a little dirty. I just sprayed a silverfish outside my room. Not great. But, yeah, so far so smooth. So, I guess the plan now is, piss, because I'm desperate. Then I'm gonna move most of this stuff downstairs. I can't move everything from here to downstairs because it's too much, but I'm gonna try. Yeah. The kitchen is mostly occupied. There's no space for me in the fridge. It's fine, we'll negotiate tomorrow. Everything else seems fine. No cockroaches here. Not yet. Hopefully never, but yeah. So far, so good. So far, everything seems to be working out. Bit small, but so far it's fine. Yep, everything's back to order. Welcome to my new home, I guess. I lose one room, now this room is my main. Holy shit, this sponge. God damn. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, time now is 2:47 a.m. Good news, the Wi-Fi worked. Also, I cleared up everything inside the blue luggage. Still working on this. I really realized that I have barely enough space to put anything at all. Holy shit, this is packed. Under the bed, full. I don't know what to do with this. I'm washing this. And there are flies, fruit flies. But yeah, at least I got my Crocs cleaned, washed, ready to go. Alright, time now is 3:25 a.m. in the morning. My voice is completely gone. Not completely, but you know what I mean. So it's 3:25 a.m. aka 6:25 p.m. in Hong Kong time. I'm hungry. I'm a bit tired, but not super tired. So I'm going to talk about my day today, and I'm going to talk about my future plans. Because holy shit, this is hands down the most interesting day of the entire year so far. Oh my god, I did not expect this to happen. So, I woke up at around 8:30 a.m., 8:45. I'm tired as fuck. And I'm at that point, I'm not even sure if I have enough time to pack everything, pack my luggages and leave. Also my water. My water is ready. Good old glass cup. I wasn't sure. But immediately after having a quick breakfast, which is like a couple steamed dumplings, I immediately left. And I was late for like 12 or 13 minutes to see Leia. But yeah, today's amber rain, or more like yesterday in Hong Kong time. It was amber rain, which means it rained dogs and cats. It was so fucking rainy, it's actually insane. And I texted Leia like, hey, are you sure the photo shoot is still on? Because it's raining like this. And Leia's like, yeah, it's still on because I asked everyone to come today. And also at around 10:30 the rain should like decrease. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm tired as fuck. I need to pack, I need to leave tonight. And it's raining very hard. But you know what? You're my friend. Like I didn't say this to her, but in my head I'm like, okay, you're my friend. And this might be the last time we'll hang out until a whole year later. You know what? I'm going. So, And Leia also mentioned, oh, you'll be hanging out with more people today. And I'm like, interesting. What kind of people will Leia invite? You know, so I actually got interested. Like, ooh, what if I reunite with some old classmates? So anyways, I took the MTR, went all the way to Hong Kong University Station, and then there it is. I saw Leia. I thought Leia's gonna invite a bunch of boys, like Bean Gang, like Marty, Tom, Hans, Hector. They didn't show up yet. At first, it's just 2 girls. And I'm like, okay. And upon walking closer, I could immediately, in a snap of a finger, recognize Jordana and Sandra. Oh my god, haven't seen Sandra in, what, like 5 years? Or 4 years, 4.5. Jordana, I haven't seen her since summer of 2022 when we played bowling together with Pink and Leia. That's also the first time I saw Leia post-transition. Sandra, on the other hand, I haven't seen her since before the DSEs, but I could immediately recognize her because, unlike others, I'm obsessed with the people around me, so I always recognize people before they recognize me. So I'm like, hi, and they're like, hey, and they recognize me too, and I'm like, what, you recognize me? And then Jordana talks about her job, or she's working for a property management, 地產, you know, property stuff. And she just went from one property company to another one, so she gets to manage malls and stuff. And she studied finance, so but it's not really related to finance. So that's what's going for her. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then she and Leia talked about jobs and waiting for job opportunities, sending CVs, stuff like that. And I'm just like, god damn, we're already at a point where we're talking about jobs? Sandra, on the other hand, her school life is a bit bumpy. As you all may or may not know, she had to repeat Form 5 because she suffered from, allegedly, anxiety disorder. Not from her mouth, from somebody else's mouth. She had to repeat Form 5, and she went for an associate's degree, and then she went for a bachelor's, but I guess that didn't work out. So she's going back to Hong Kong U Space, I believe, to study another associate's degree for business or something like that. So I asked her, like, how are you doing? How's school? And she's just like, yeah, still studying. And I'm like, okay. And it's weird because I thought Sandra had an argument with Topher or something. And then a little bit later, Adam showed up. So Adam, whom I've briefly seen when I, Leia, Nick, and Tom hung out a few days ago, Adam showed up. And Adam's here. And Adam, I don't know why, but like when I see him, I'm like, I already somehow feel that we can be good friends. Like, maybe it's because he's one of the nicer ones. Post DSE, like maybe late 2020 to early 2021, I still see him a little bit because of Pink's birthday party and because of Pink's hangout or whatever. And I don't know, from those couple of times I've talked to him, he's like a nice guy who seems a bit more, you know, closer to me. So he's like, okay, hey again, you know. So us 5 people. Oh, and then Leia also introduced another girl. Her name is Rack, R-E-C, but I thought it's like Rachel but short. But no, it's Rebecca but short. And she's a Hong Kong U student. So, us 6 people, we went at the MTR station, and here we go. And like, oh my god. So me in my casual white shirt, black pants, swinging my umbrella around. This is in some ways my re-entrance, or not re-entrance, but like, this is the impression they'll get, the new Enoch. They haven't seen me for years. And again, this is very ironic because a few days ago, first of all, I didn't even plan to come back to Hong Kong this summer. Even if I did, I mean, I did come back to Hong Kong this summer, but I didn't expect to reunite with the old people because at this point in 2024, I've already given up. I already don't have hope, and I know I fucked everything up. I fucked up my impression, my first impression, and everyone probably doesn't care about me anymore, and people probably don't like me that much, and I'm really angry and upset, and I just let that anger ruminate, and I've already moved past all 5 stages of grief. I'm like, I'm done. I don't need to see those people anymore. They can forget about me. That's okay. The past is the past. And then suddenly this happens. So not only do we have Jordana, Sandra, and Adam, and Leia I see frequently, but them 3 not much. We went to Hong Kong University, and right outside the MTR station, Topher shows up, and I'm like Jim in an episode of The Office, but instead of like staring into the camera like it's a funny thing, I'm like looking into the camera, shocked. Like it's like I'm playing a video game, and like a character makes a cameo, and like, but instead of a video game, it's real life. But I still make that expression to like the air, cause like last I saw Topher was also the fake graduation ceremony on December 10th, 2021. So that's about 2.5, almost 3 years ago. 2.5, well, 2 years and 9 months, probably, I think. And on that day, I talked to Topher about my crush on Mary, and I told him my feelings and stuff when we took the bus together. And the reason why I said all that shit to him is because I expected myself to never see him again. I thought, well, might as well. I can tell him anything at this point. I can tell him I'm a terrorist. I can tell him I'm schizophrenic. I can tell him I have crazy weird fetishes. I can tell him the silliest thing ever. It's not gonna matter. Like, it's the last time I'll ever see this man in my entire life anyways. I might as well ruin my impression. He shows up and I'm like, oh. See, this is the difference. Like, normally people are like, oh, you know, people from my old life, you know. Maybe we can meet up again in the future. Let's hang out. Sure, yay. For me, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ruin my impression, and then I'll never see that person again because I don't care. Or more like, I do care, but the world doesn't care. But the world dislikes me, and I'm forced to move on. Not only by literally going to another country, but also because I fucked up my secondary school life, and I'm forced to move on because nobody will remember me. I'm useless, I'm worthless, etc. So Topher's here, and Topher's like, hey, and I jokingly said, oh, you recognize me? And he's like, yeah, of course, your jawline is similar. And Adam added, oh yeah, his jawline is similar. He's just wider. Which is true. My face grew wider and my entire body grew wider. Maybe it's because post DSE I finally started to eat food in normal amounts, and I started to actually grow. It's like I had a second puberty. It's like my puberty happened halfway and it just stopped because I went insane because of autism. And then the second half of my puberty took place at around 2020 or 2021. Yeah, that's actually a really good theory. So we followed Leia and we went to the cool historical clock tower building, not clock tower, cool historical building that I went to a couple times already. It's the only cool place to do photo shoots. At that point the rain sort of stopped, but it was still kind of wet and my camera is fucked. And then we went there, and then we had to wait Leia for a while because she needs to change into her cap and gown. So we talked, and it's like, holy shit, what is happening? And then Edward shows up. What? What is happening? So Edward, who is not even from Bean Gang, from Potato Gang. I guess Edward is only here is because Edward's the only person in the entire Potato Gang to be remotely close to Leia to begin with. But Edward, he wasn't there on the fake graduation day. I didn't meet him during the DSEs. Literally, the last time I saw him was pre-DSE. It was like February 2020. It's been 4.5 years. Bruh. So, it's surreal. At first, we didn't talk much. Because it's like, Edward is already, like, not like the bad ones. I'd say the bad ones are in Potato Gang. Actually, not a single person in Potato Gang are, like, straight up evil. Like, if I talk to them one-on-one, they're nice to me, but when they're all together, they just, like, they're the jocks, you know, they're untouchable. But I don't know. It's just, like, it's weird. And Edward's, like, nice. Edward's like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And I'm like, fine. And he explained. Also, Topher, talked to Topher a little bit. It's funny, because I and Topher had, like, quote-unquote beef. It's one-sided. Back in Form 4. It's just me hating on him. But and then I forgot who told me. Maybe it was Natalie last year, or maybe I think it was Leia. But Leia told me that Topher wants to go to Canada, but I guess I forgot because it's not that important. And then Topher had to tell that to me again, and I'm like, oh, I see. And in my head, I'm like, wait, I think I know this already. So, yeah. Anyways, I saw Edward, and Edward asked me how it's been, and I said I'm in LA now, and Edward just graduated, I think. I already forgot. No. Edward deferred for half a semester, so he still has one more semester to go, I believe. So that's that. That's Edward. What the fuck? What the fuck? Where did he come from? This is surreal. So, we took a bunch of photos, and I took out my camera. And again, like, usually I'm like nobody. I don't get no conversations. I can't talk with people. But when I pulled out my camera, Adam, Topher, and Sandra, they're all kind of into photography. And we started talking about cameras. And I'm like, oh, this is a Sony a7 III, it's a Sigma, you know. And then we all actually talked. And Sandra also brought a camera, but she says she brought the wrong lens. She brought a wide lens for landscapes and not for portraits. She wanted to bring a 50 mil. She accidentally brought a 24 mil. Topher has a camera. Adam didn't bring one, but Adam was like, oh, I didn't bring one, but I do have one. And then Adam looked at my camera, and Topher also talked about it, and it's like, what the fuck? You know? It's actually kind of crazy. It's like, finding a conversation topic with any one of these individuals is basically impossible back in the secondary school days. But post DSE, I talked to AJ a little bit about, you know, life, I guess. And Marty talked to me a little bit about Quentin Tarantino. You know, it's like, what the fuck? So, it's absolutely insane. Also, I'm trying my best not to be loud because, like, people are sleeping here. But it's absolutely insane. So, what else? Fuck, I'm scared I'm too loud. So, we took some photos. My camera's totally wet and foggy, like water droplets. And I'm like, sheesh. Now I desperately need the anti-moisture decantator, stuff like that. So we took a bunch of photos, and it's okay, it's nice. And then we went to a stairwell downstairs. And then more people showed up. So suddenly, the entire Bean Gang, aside from Marty, showed up. Because Marty's in Hungary, of course, back to his birthplace. But everyone else, Hans and Hector, those two people I'm scared of. Not scared of, but like, I've never had fond memories of them. I've sat with Hector before, and we don't even talk. And then Hans, I always get the sense that Hans doesn't like me. Like, he's so, like, likes excluding people. He's very protective of his own friend group. and I always get the sense that they hate me. But I guess they're chill now, of course, because we're all fucking adults. What the fuck? We're not teenagers. Jesus Christ. And then AJ shows up. I know how AJ looks, but he has new hair now. I have new hair now. So when Hans and Hector showed up, both of them also commented, "Oh, Enoch, long time no see. I like your new look. I like your new hair." And I'm like, "Thank you." And I told them, "Oh, my hair was like this long before." And Hans, I didn't speak with Hector or Hans that much, because obviously we're not even that close to begin with. But they both complimented on my hair, and Hans, like, I think Hector complimented first, and Hans was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh yeah, this gay like, this hair fits you." And I'm like, fuck. Like, what's happening? Honestly, Hector and Hans, they don't look that different. Similar hairstyles, similar face, like, but I'm different now. Like, I had my second puberty, I guess. And then Nick and Tom showed up. I know who they are. They're regulars, especially Nick. And yeah, we all took photos together, and it's surreal. And then that's it. Nobody else showed up. But still, this is the closest thing we'll ever get to a 6A reunion. Or like a 4, 5, 6A reunion. Of course, Potato Gang, Natalie, Pink. If we all show up simultaneously, we'll just have another civil war. But you know, this is like the closest we'll ever get. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is like, I didn't think Leia would be the one who pulled it off. And people are like, this isn't even nearly like a reunion. And I'm like, okay, but to me it's huge because, again, like, I'm so out of touch with those people. I'm so out of touch with my past life, but people are less out of touch. People are more in touch, but I am out of touch because I'm miserable. This is crazy. So we took a bunch of photos, and then we went to another spot. Yeah. AJ asked me how I'm doing, and I'm like, fine, and I wasn't, it's weird, it's a weird feeling. I wasn't that emotionally conflicted when I see them. It was almost like they're strangers. Like, just smiling and walking and acting normal would do fine, as I usually do with other normal people. But at the same time, they're not strangers. But at the same time, I don't feel that uncomfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable because I think they hate me or I have bad memories with them. Nor am I uncomfortable because they've become strangers. I feel fine. Maybe it's because I'm tired, and when I'm tired, I don't overthink. But I'm fine, and it's so weird. At some point, Topher and Hector almost got into an argument, but it was like a fun, jokey argument, because the girl, Leia's friend, didn't know any of us, and Leia's friend was taking a photo. So Leia's friend was like, "Oh, the second to last boy on the left." Like, we were trying to take a photo where we all formed like a V shape, like a flock of birds or something. And she was trying to refer to Topher, but she's like, "The second last boy." And then, walk 1 cm. And then Hector started arguing. Hector's, surprisingly, maybe it's my memories fooling me, but also not really. I think he is like this, but Hector's very foul-mouthed. He keeps swearing. And he keeps joking, like, haha, Topher, 1 cm. Like, Topher, 1 cm. It's like a dick joke, perhaps. And then Topher fought back, saying, "Oh, 1 cm? Is that like your hair? Like, your hair has so little?" Using a ruler. And then Hector was like, you can't use a ruler to count numbers. You can't use a ruler to count hair. And Topher's like, "No, I mean the gaps in your hair," because they're joking about how Hector is balding, which is, it's crazy because this joke is from Form 4. It's been like 7 years since that joke started, and they're still joking about it. It's an ancient joke. Nick was here, and Nick, like, we talked about some jokes, like Mr. Thompson, the physics teacher, he used to say, "Oh, this is a cunning boy." Like, if there's a tricky question on an exam paper, this is a cunning boy. But I forgot it, and I said tricky boy, and Nick had to correct me because I forgot the joke. It's so crazy how long ago this was. I've forgotten so much. Another joke was that Hector's a dog, and then when Hector said stuff, Nick barked quietly, and I had to register. I had to load a couple seconds in order to remember this in-joke. Yeah, anyways. I'm gonna continue washing my stuff now. Continue later. Alright, so time now is 5:16 a.m. in the morning. 5:16 a.m. aka 8:16 p.m. in Hong Kong time. Yeah, my finger. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to be quiet. Where did I leave off? Right. Sandra was stuttering, and I forgot what exactly was Sandra talking about, but Sandra stuttered a little bit. And Topher, and I believe was it Edward or was it Tom? They joked about it, saying, "I have no idea what you just said," in a jokey way. And this is actually a very interesting moment because it's almost like a back to secondary school moment where boys will be boys and girls will be girls, except Sandra is being Sandra and Topher is being Topher. But like the thing is, like, back in Form 5, there was a time when me, Sandra, and a couple other people had to do an English oral discussion, so you have to speak. And Sandra was stuttering nonstop, and that's around the time when Sandra's alleged anxiety disorder started to become a huge problem. And I just thought you shouldn't make fun of people who are stuttering because they're stressed out, or even if it's not a stress thing, even if it's a habit, a bad habit, like, I don't know, it's just a little mean. So I and Sandra continued to talk, and I realized that as a 21-year-old about to turn 22, looking back at situations like these, it's like, oh wow, you know. So anyways, Bean Gang and Jordana actually didn't meet because Jordana had to leave early, and then Hans left very early. Like, Hans almost immediately left. And then at some point the whole gang decided to take photo, or more like Leia decided to have a giant photo shoot in front of the Hong Kong University wall, the big red wall where you see the giant sign that says Hong Kong University. So we took photos there, yada yada, and then it's already like nearly 12:30. I had to leave. So most of the boys, Leia suggested that they can go to a restaurant, 饮茶, tea restaurant, and book a seat first while we wait here, because Leia's friend Rack forgot something and had to go all the way back to the previous location, the stairwell, to retrieve it. So in the meantime, me, Leia, Topher, and Adam were just hanging out, taking photos. Adam played with my camera a couple times, and it's alright. I trust him with my camera. He told me how his Nikon Z5 camera fell into the ocean when they were traveling in Iceland, which is horrible. This is when Topher said that Leia's friend Rack reminds him of Natalie. And this is actually a really sus moment. I'm not that close with Topher, but I do know Topher's personality. Topher. I don't know, I just think that given that Topher and Natalie stopped dating already since freaking October 2019, it's been nearly 5 freaking years, and Topher has had Lucia and then Queenie. Honestly, why are you still reminiscing over Natalie? And I know it's just like an off comment, but like, Topher essentially said that Rack's aura is similar to Natalie's aura. And then Adam was like, Adam thought Topher meant personality, so Adam's like, I think Natalie's more extreme than that. It's actually very intriguing that to a lot of people, Natalie is still this crazy psycho girl, or maybe to some degree this mentally unstable girl, because she was, but she's a lot more different now. But I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on Natalieology because I haven't seen her in 2024. I decided to not see her this summer. But yeah, it's interesting, and even Pink brings up Natalie, you know. And Topher talks about that girl as if she's Natalie, and there's almost like a tinge of reminiscence, like, oh, I miss being with Natalie. Meanwhile, me and my demisexual, demi-romantic ass, I'm just like, ooh, the AC's on. I'm just like, you know, I don't feel anything. I literally just met the girl like 2 hours ago, like, she's nice, I guess. I don't feel anything, you know? At some point, the girl just walked away to, like, enjoy the AC or whatever, and she just disappeared. She just went up the escalator and walked through a building on top of me and Adam, and we're just like, oh, she's over there. And Adam's like, oh, why is she going there? And both of us were confused. And, yeah, and then at some point, I left. So I said goodbye. And I'm like, I said shit like, oh, you know, next summer if you want to hang out, you know, next summer maybe I'll come back in a year, but of course I'll probably never hang out with them again. Or maybe not. Maybe with Adam there's a chance, but Topher and Edward, probably not. But, yeah. So I took the MTR and went back home, and that's it for the first half of the day. And honestly, it's so crazy because I didn't plan for this at all. I almost didn't go to the photo shoot because it's raining. I almost wanted to just stay at home and just rest. Had I stayed at home, I wouldn't have had this kind of, I wouldn't say retribution, I wouldn't say rectification, but it's somewhere between, some sort of response, some sort of comfort. You know, it's like after all my lamentations about the past and my relationship with the people of my past, now this is a reckoning. I'm using a lot of fancy words here, but this is equal parts reassuring, equal parts cathartic, equal parts peaceful. It's very fine. It's very okay. I'm like a grown-up, and I think everyone present today, or more like yesterday, can also tell that I've grown up. But yeah. So, so yeah, went back home, took a shower, had my final meal, which is noodles, meatballs, and beef belly. Really good, very comforting final meal. You know what? I don't mind. I think it's a perfect final meal. I had some macarons. So the macarons from the fridge are somehow the last piece of food I'm ever eating in that apartment. Macarons. Interesting fact. And then I packed everything. Surprisingly, packing was not that complicated, mainly because I didn't bring too much stuff. But it was still a bit frustrating because I do have a lot more stuff. Souvenirs, Blu-rays, mangas, etc. So my mom got it's from my brother's host family in Minnesota. They asked my mom to use it or throw it away, and my mom decided to give it to me. This tiny, small, velvet burgundy luggage. So I was able to fit more stuff there, and then because I have 2 luggages now, suddenly I have a lot of space. So my mom filled up the space with more like snacks and cup noodles, and then that's it. So at around 5:30 we left. We went to at around 5:30 we left. We went to the Hong Kong airport. I said goodbye to my brother, said goodbye to my helper, I said goodbye to my room. I don't know. When I learned that my mom's actually going to sell the apartment at around May, I genuinely wanted to cry, and I'd imagine that when I step out of my room and when I step out of my apartment, I would want to cry. Also, I want to sit down. Should I sit down? I should. And my legs are tired. Oof. I should wipe down this chair first, but who cares? Yeah. Cheers. As it turns out, I didn't cry. When I left my room and when I left my apartment, I didn't cry. But there was definitely a moment when I was gonna leave my room. There was a moment when I stopped and I ruminated. It's like a cold winter day and you're in a hot shower and you know you can't stay in the shower forever because your skin will wrinkle and prune, and of course you have to get out of the shower at some point. But you just tell yourself 1 second more, 2 more seconds, 3 more seconds, because it just feels so good. It's so comforting, it's so relaxing. That's me. In that bedroom, I thought to myself, 1 more second, just 1 more second, just 2 more seconds, just 3 more seconds. Because I like standing in there. I like how chill the room is. I like the fact that most of my memories are in that room. I like that this room is my identity. This is me. This room is me. Just 2 more seconds, just 3 more seconds. It was sad, but I think I was past that point already because I know I've done everything I could. I've made my short film. Like, I shot scenes in my bedroom, you know. I've already made tons of YouTube videos in that room. For God's sake, I made 2 apartment tours. I filmed 2 apartment tours on YouTube. I've done everything I could to preserve the memories of that room. And I gotta go. I gotta move on. There's nothing I can do. So yeah, it's sad, but it's also, you know, I had to go, you know, I don't know. So I closed the door and I just stepped out, you know, because I know I had to do it at some point. I had to leave. There's nothing I can do here. I've done everything I can. I've said my goodbyes. And I'm leaving. Also, prior to that, I was copying files from my mom's hard drive. So, last year, back in 2023 December, the day I left, I was copying files from my mom's hard drive to my hard drive. And it was like too late. I couldn't copy everything. I only copied the important files and then everything else is gone. So, during round 4, when I was in LA, suddenly my mom's hard drive died. And so my mom spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to recover the stuff. And she paid apparently $100 US to recover it, and it's finally recovered, but everything's a jumbled mess. It wasn't until I guess yesterday morning or yesterday right before, 2 hours before I left, when I started copying files. And I thought it's just a little bit, but holy shit, it's a lot. Like so many of my screenshots and like photos from my phone, so much stuff. It's crazy. So honestly, I couldn't copy everything. I only copied, I don't know, if I had to estimate, maybe 10 to 20% of stuff, maybe even less, because there are videos too. And so my mom's like, okay, it's fine. I'll bring the hard drive to you in the future. But yeah, once again, I think this happened 3 times already. Like, back in January 2023, I think the same thing happened. I was copying stuff and then I had to leave. Like, anyways, I left, went to the car, my last time in that car, probably. My dad drove me and my mom to Hong Kong station, said goodbye to my dad, and me and my mom took the airport express to the airport. And we crossed, I departed, and that's it. I forgot to online check in. And so I can't online check in within 2 hours before the flight. So I have to check in at a counter. So I got my seat there, and that was bad. That was a bad decision, you know. Anyways, I went through the customs. I was scared for a moment that because I don't have my Hong Kong ID card, I wouldn't be able to go through, or it would be troublesome because I have my passport, so they can just use my passport. But still, turns out they don't even need a passport. They don't need a passport. They don't need a Hong Kong ID card. They only use this facial recognition technology, and then I just went through. It's actually crazy. No identification needed, which is kind of scary actually. So I'm like, here we go. So I went to the plane. My mom really, really wanted me to check out the American Express lounge, and I'm like, I don't have a lot of time, but my mom really wants to, so I'm like, fine. So I went there, and I'm like, well, I'm there already, might as well eat something. So I ate some cookies and some popcorn and drink orange juice like I'm a child or something. But it's a good idea because I didn't get quote unquote dinner until like 9 p.m. So yeah. So I rested there for a little bit and then I left. Honestly, the food there is kind of mid. It's like whatever, but it's great that it's free. So I went to the gate, lined up, entered the plane, and thank God, my first flight from Hong Kong to Taipei, I was at a window seat and there's no one beside me, so I'm like super free, left alone, which is great. But the plane got delayed for 30 minutes. I was sitting there and the plane didn't move for like half an hour because they were waiting out a storm or something. So I was a little bit worried that I would run out of time and not be able to catch the next flight, which is the big one, Taipei to LA. So yeah, we flew, I had a meal, and it's terrible. Honestly, China Airlines is terrible. Like, the service was fine, but like the screen, the TV screen, for my first flight was so small. It was smaller than my smartphone. And then the food was so mid. Like, there's this quinoa smoked salmon salad, but it's one slice of smoked salmon and everything else sucks. The rice was terrible. It's like I could cook something better than this. So yeah, it was bad. A lot of the stuff they cooked was terrible. So anyways, I arrived at Taipei and oh my god, I did not expect that transferring flights would be this fucking complicated. I had to go to gate D5, and last time I had to transfer flights, I was given a map. This time I wasn't, so I have no idea where am I gonna go. So I left and I just started following signs. I'm like, oh, gate D, gate D5, gate D5. Turns out I'm at the wrong terminal and I had to take the Sky train, and it was late at night, so there's like no one there, and it's kind of liminal, like what the hell's going on. And then went to gate D and I had to go across this giant hall, and I finally found gate D5. Thank God I'm a fast walker and I'm smart enough to be able to immediately find signs. Like if it was someone more, you know, senile, they wouldn't have made it to the next flight. So I barely made it. There was a huge line. I lined up. Thank God everything worked well. So yeah, I went to the next flight, and holy shit, this is bad. I got a seat right next to the emergency doorway. And apparently this is like a good seat because you get more like leg space, and you have to pay extra money to get that, but nah. Now I know why people don't like sitting in those seats, because while it's good that I have space to stretch my legs, everything else kind of sucked. Like, I don't have a TV in front of me unless I pull it out of my chair. And after I woke up, like in the flight, I actually tried to do it, and I can't do it for some reason. It's stuck, and my nail got fucked up. I literally had a trimming. I trimmed my nails last night, or more like last night, because traveling with long nails is a terrible idea. Your nails get fucked because of holding luggages and stuff like that. And there's no storage above us, so you either put it in the storage before me or in front of me. And the one in front of me is like, so I was sitting here in my seat. Over there is like the air stewardess area where they have meals, like they prepare meals there, and like a little storage room. And then across that, above, that's where I put both my backpack and my camera bag. Which is A, it's a little far away, but B, at some point in the flight, I want to take my laptop out and use it. So this is incredibly inconvenient for me. I don't know what's happening downstairs. Okay. Either somebody woke up or somebody is going to bed. Either one of them. But it's very inconvenient. Also, there's this bald white guy, Johnny Sins looking guy, to my left, and I can see on his phone he's texting multiple Asian women, and I saw one of his texts saying, I dislike Western women because they always, like, they're so naggy or something. What the fuck's going on? And then there's a Chinese woman to my right, middle-aged. The air stewardess asked me if I read English or can I read Chinese, because I had to read like a sign, because I'm sitting beside an emergency door, and if there's an emergency, I have the responsibility to open the emergency door and do this and do that. And I'm like, okay. I said both. So the air stewardess spoke Mandarin to me, and I asked her in Mandarin, where do I put my stuff? So normally, if there's a seat in front of me, there's a little, there's a little holding area where I put my phone, my earbuds, my portable charger, and my glasses. I don't have that. So I was resorted to a little storage thing to my left, which is to the left of the Johnny Sins dude. So that was really inconvenient and awkward, and I don't like putting my phone there because I'm scared he's gonna steal it. Thank God that never happened. I'm holding my phone now. Jesus Christ. How? This is a brand new place. Fuck me. Alright, time now is 6:46 a.m. As you can tell, the sun has risen. I have survived the sunrise, and I've set up most of everything. All the electronic stuff, all wiped, all cleaned. This seems back to normal. Dirty clothes here, review stand here. Let's continue. Bathroom, everything's set. Let's continue. Where was I? Right, the plane. The food was mid. Terrible. I took out my laptop to watch Mushishi episode 7, Mushishi episode 8, rewatch it, and I just fell asleep while watching it. So even though it wasn't very comfortable, I still somehow managed to fall asleep. So from Hong Kong time 3 a.m. to around 9 a.m. ish, I actually did fall asleep. I did wake up like 4 or 5 times in the middle, but honestly it's not bad. As far as plane sleeps go, it's actually pretty good. I think I'm just so sleepy to the point where I could sit down and I could just immediately fall asleep. And that's really good. I didn't even use my phone. In the blink of an eye, 6 to 7 hours have passed. And then afterwards, after I woke up, the flight still has 3 hours left. So we had breakfast, which is this egg spinach chunk, which is already not the worst thing. There's chicken sausage, which is meh. And then, like, steamed broccoli and I don't know, it's just terrible. Yeah, and then I had yogurt. Somehow the yogurt is the best part of the breakfast. But yeah, I left and I arrived at LA safely without having to open the emergency door. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I saw Society of the Snow. I thought the AC is about to turn on. Oh, it is. I could hear it. When the AC is about to turn on, it does this humming sound. Okay, anyways, I arrived at LA. Maybe it's because I watched Society of the Snow, so I was scared of plane accidents. But that didn't happen, so that's great. So I arrived, and I wanted to pee, but I thought, okay, I'm gonna go through customs, go through TSA, and then I return home and then I pee, okay? It's fine. Turns out, that took a long ass time. So after getting off the plane, we all lined up at the customs, and holy shit, I waited, I think about 1 hour and 30 minutes there, because it's like late at night, like 10 or 11 p.m., like 10:30-ish. No, actually 10. So from around 10 p.m. till 11:30, I was lining up. And it was such a long line, and I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. Thank God it's like nighttime in the US, so it's daytime in Hong Kong time, so I'm not sleepy. But like, yeah, if this was like in the morning in the US, I would be dead inside. So I waited and waited and waited, and finally got to me, and oh my god, super fast. He asked for my passport, he asked for my I-20, he asked me to take a photo, take my glasses off, boom. I think even the guy himself knows that the line is long, and he just wants to get the job done, so he's like letting people in very fast. So I went to the right guy, went to the right counter, he immediately let me pass through, no questions asked. I was like, have a good night, and he's like, you too. So I got my luggage right on time, and then I pushed through the exit and I went to the LAX shuttle to the lift zone. At this point, I'm already really good at this, so I know exactly where to find a shuttle. Some people around me are complaining. I went onto the shuttle and I found a spot, and I was at the joint between two carts, and there was this white couple, this middle-aged white couple, and they're talking to strangers, you know how they go, and as the shuttle bus turns, the joint area gets smushed, and you know me, I'm very serious and I'm very headstrong, and I look like an anime main character. I look very stern and stone-faced, and I was very locked in, you know? I was locked in. I don't care if luggages are squishing me. Like, I don't care. And then the guy found out that his luggage is squishing me, like my leg, and I had to like back off and like contort my body in weird ways. But then again, I was locked in. I don't care if I had to contort my body in weird ways. So he's like, "Oh, sorry, you should have said something." And I'm like, "I'm okay, I'm okay." So I got off and I called a Lyft, and oh my god, inflation is real because both Uber and Lyft are super expensive. Uber was like $51 and up, $51 and up. Lyft was like $46 and up, so I'm like, fine, Lyft. So I got $46 one. The driver immediately showed up, and in about 14, 15, maybe 20 minutes, he drove me here. Boom, at 1 a.m. ish. At 1 a.m. ish, I arrived at this place. And in the car, I checked the Uber prices. They dropped to like 36. What the fuck? Anyways, what's done is done. I returned, and the new gate code worked, and then everything worked. Returned to my room, and wow, okay, I was scared. What if this place turns into a spider web cockroach nest? Or what if this place turns into like a party place and everything's trash and everywhere's dirty? Thankfully, it's neither. In fact, it was pretty promising. When I went through the door, there was a rack and there were like shoes. So I'm like, ooh, so they don't wear shoes inside. Or some of the roommates don't. And then I went in and I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, it's messy, but it seems like there's order going on. There's somebody who, like, someone put up these posters or signs saying, help clean up the kitchen, house rules, everyone shares everything, laundry, hours of operation, like stuff like that. And I'm like, whoa, this is good. This is a good sign. This reminds me of like Sawtell, my first couple of roommates in Sawtell, Cindy, the African woman, and the other, what's his name? Oh, fuck, I forgot. Jared, the Canadian guy. Reminds me of that. But this one is even more disciplined. Yeah, it's a little strict, but it's good. Because otherwise the apartment will just turn into filth. Like my last one. Or the one in Westwood with the Jewish woman. Or the Persian Airbnb. Etc., etc. So I began the process. I began unpacking everything, spraying everything down, and honestly unpacking things super fast, like within an hour or an hour and a half. Boom, done. It's actually really easy. What's frustrating though is my bed. So much. My bed sheets, big blanket, my pillowcase. I forgot to take out the old pillowcase because I guess before I came to Hong Kong, I just threw the entire pillow into my bag, and I didn't catch that. I didn't see it because my bag, my giant turd of bed stuff, like beddings, is so large. But anyways, it's fine. I have a spare pillowcase here. The other dirty pillowcase is down there. I also, ingenious, shoved the dark red, the velvet luggage, into under my bed. It fit perfectly. I can't fit anything more. This and then it's done. This and then it's done. I also place some bags over here. I place some stuff over here. Oh my fucking god. When I place this, the bed sheet, over the mattress, I had to move the entire bed outward this way and outward this way. And then I had to move this from here to like this. So much shit fell down and I had to jump around because there were bags. When I moved the entire bed, there are bags underneath the bed and everything's fucked up. Everything fell apart. And I just thought, oh my god. I have so much furniture to the point where every time I change bed sheets, it's going to be a nightmare. it's not Tetris. It's like one of those puzzles where if you move this piece, you need to move this piece. If you move this piece, you need to move this piece. If you move this piece, there's this piece, there's this piece. Everything's locked in. Like, I can't add any more furniture. Any more furniture and this room will blow up, you know? It's completely jam-packed already. Even my shelves are already packed with Blu-rays. Even these drawers, every single one of them are just filled to the brim with clothes and pants. I can't add anything more. It's done. This is insane. So I'm in one breath I'm glad I managed to fit everything back in. On another breath it's like I'm a little worried because I can't add any more stuff. But it's good. There's still ways to fix it. Like there's still empty drawers here that I can transfer some clothes to. I'm sure I can like tidy up this area and make my underbed more spacey. Maybe I can fit some stuff over at that ledge, but not preferred. Maybe I can fit more over at this ledge. Maybe I can fit more. I don't know. Just I can brainstorm a little bit, but for now this is good. It's fine. It's good. Also, I caught a silverfish, didn't kill it, it escaped. Killed a couple flies and killed a cockroach. And there's another cockroach under that drawer, already dead. What the fuck? What in the actual fuck? This place is brand new. So I don't know what's going on. I hope it's a summer thing, but I can't have this happening. The interesting thing is, before I left to Hong Kong, it was also very cockroachy. Like, there were still cockroaches, but I thought those are, like, from the old apartment, and I brought them over as I moved. But yeah. The big blanket, I washed it so many times. I dried it I dried it 3 times, and each time took like an hour. It's a monster. I will not wash it again until half a year later. From now on, 3 months, wash bed sheets. 6 months, this and this. That's the deal. And pillow, no change. Yeah. But yeah. So at around 1:30, 2 a.m. ish, I went downstairs and I saw one of my roommates. And as it turns out, it is a 22-year-old African woman from Nigeria, and her name is Mary. There is a memo on the table where all the roommates, all 6 of them, write down their names and their numbers. And I was trying to guess what their nationalities are, because one of them's clearly Chinese. And then there's this person named Minji. I am expecting a Korean woman. And then 3 other names, and I'm like, I don't know. One of them might be Indian. One of them is called Quentin. So I saw Mary, who immediately gives off leader of the apartment vibes. It's like she's the leader here. So I asked her, like, I told her I'm like the first person who moved here, but somehow the last person to move here again, part 2. And yeah, she explained the house rules a little bit. She talked about other roommates a little bit, and she cleared some space for me in the fridge, which is nice. But geez, I have no idea how am I gonna fit everything into the fridge. And apparently a lot of people here cook. So the 6 or the 5 other roommates, one of them's Chinese, one of them's Korean, one of them's French, one of them's Spanish, and the other is Indian, I believe. So that's great. It's actually very diverse. Mainly European and Asian, but you know, it's actually very diverse. So I'm looking forward to meeting them all. And maybe we can play movies here. I don't know. Look at my Blu-rays. I rearranged them so that all the criterions are together. But yeah, maybe we could watch films together. But yeah, definitely need to clean up a little bit. But already tidier than I'd expected. And this might be jackpot, you know? I might have hit gold. Like for the last 8 places I've stayed, or 7, I haven't had a single great experience in terms of roommates and like apartment in general, like location, the size. This might be the best one I can get. Like, people seem friendly, mostly USC, I believe. And yeah, the only issue is I can't turn the AC below 72 degrees, which sucks because I usually hit 70 when I sleep. 70 or 69. But 72, I can work with that. But any more higher, I can't. I asked Mary, and she's like, no. Like, I'm from West Africa, so I can sleep even under 90 degrees. And I thought, 90? That shit is insane. 90? I can't survive in 90. But yeah, aside from that, everything seems okay. I moved all my pots, pans, and plates and eating utensils and Tupperware downstairs. All my spices, oil, salt, pepper, stuff like that. Surprisingly, I was able to fit most of them. That was the first thing I did. But yeah, looking forward to meet all my roommates. So I'm actually really hungry because it's lunchtime. And then it's past lunchtime. Right now, it's 7 a.m., 7:02, so it's like 10:02 p.m., so it's past dinner time. I'm fucking starving. I had 3 pieces of crackers. Before that, I had the cookie I saved from the airplane. Before that, I just grabbed a white chocolate biscuit from here. The ones from H Mart. Thank God I have some leftover snacks. I'm always well prepared. Like, in case of a zombie apocalypse, AC's coming back on. In case of a zombie apocalypse, I can actually survive here quite a bit. Again, water filter, clothes, I even have Blu-rays, books, like laptop. Wi-Fi worked perfectly. I came back home and I didn't even need to type in the password in my phone because I guess I tried it already. Automatically connected, it worked. For the laptop, I had to wait a while, but the Wi-Fi seemed okay, so that's good. Let's keep it that way. But yeah, I can't believe I fit so much shit in my room. I can't believe it. Okay. Yeah, so it's fine if I starve myself a little bit. I've eaten too much food in Hong Kong already. But later for quote-unquote dinner, aka breakfast in US, but dinner for me, because of jet lag, I'm gonna order Uber Eats. I don't have the energy to go out and buy groceries, but that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So here's the plan. At around 9 a.m.-ish, 9 to 10 a.m., I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna naturally wake up, and I'm assuming 8 hours of sleep. 8 to 9 hours. I wake up at 6 p.m. First thing first, Ralph's. Then it's breakfast, right? Or breakfast, quick breakfast, I don't know what to eat. And then Ralph's. Maybe more crackers, I don't know. A quick breakfast, and I have cereal, but I don't have milk, that's okay. Or I could just immediately go to Ralph's, I don't know. Ralph's is the goal. And then if I have time, maybe also Trader Joe's, but when I wake up, it's already gonna be nighttime. Like, it's gonna be sunset. So, yeah, and then it's just gonna be setting up, taking a rest, whatever, meeting roommates. JPEG Mafia concert, I give up. I don't think I'm going, simply because I realize I've been wasting too much money lately. The Uber ride, already, it's crazy. The Uber Eats I'm gonna order later, already crazy. And then I'm gonna go to, like, the Grove or something in the next few days. I don't know. And then that's gonna be another Uber fee. Like, I need to chill. And there are more Blu-rays I want to buy, so I don't know. I don't think I'm going. I don't think I'm missing a lot anyways, because JPEG Mafia is gonna come to LA a lot anyways. It's a huge location. I'm just gonna skip out this one. Plus, if I don't go with anyone, it's a little sus. Owl by Chico is fine because it's a chill concert. But Death Grips, Peggy, like, if you go alone, not the best. And I know I'm brave. I went to Mexico alone, but it's just, I'm not just gonna have A, not the safest, B, I feel like it's more fun with friends. So you know what? Screw it, JPEG Mafia. You can wait. I can spend the day doing something more productive. Maybe editing with Tova. Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yay to jet lag, I guess. Washing my blanket right now. And I have a foot injury on my left foot. I believe it's I believe I hurt here, but yeah, it's not a move-in if I don't sustain some injuries. But yeah, everything's fine. Okay, one more thing, I guess. Round 5 begins, yes. But my stay in Hong Kong just now is somehow extremely fruitful. Maybe it's because I went in with low expectations, but I filmed my short film. I got to eat dinner and lunch with so many people. Even though Zara, Miriam, and Natalie not included, but still, the reunion at the end, what the fuck? But also, like, I have a to-do list. Api Chapong Rita Setacool, M Plus Museum, Hopar Mansion. I went to all those places. Aside from the Korean Toast restaurant. But it's not my fault that they closed. Also, I do want to eat at Tan Tang. Not just their food, but inside the restaurant. That I'll have to wait for next summer. But overall, it was very fruitful. I did most of what I wanted to do. You know, filmed a short film. I think that's the highlight. I'm very proud of what I got. The footage, I'm very proud of it. So yeah, it appears my roommate has woken up and is downstairs right now. I probably will have to tell them that I'm a YouTuber because I feel like at some point they'll find out that I'm talking to myself like a schizo. But yeah. Okay, it's dinner time. This Crunch Wrap Supreme. This is Dorito taco. Yes. Alright, it's whatever time that is, and it's dinner time. Okay. Don't fall apart. Please don't. Okay. This is a mess. Beans, lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream. Cheers. Pretty good. Okay. Anyways. The Crunch Wrap Supreme. Look at this hexagon. Fuck. Okay, time now is 8:58 a.m. in the morning. AKA 11:58 p.m. My bed is finally done. Holy fuck. I finally have dried everything. Everything I need is here. I just need to put the pillowcase over the pillow, and then I'm done. I'm out of here. Yeah, the last few hours went by pretty fast, because I didn't do much. Just now I ran into one of the roommates, so I met 2 more people, which is crazy. The first, not first, like, when I moved into, the last place, what should I call that place? The cockroach place. The other place. The other USC place. When I moved to that place, I didn't really meet my roommates until many days later. Or at least, that one Latino guy, Jesus, I met, like, the next day. But, like, it's my first day again here. kind of. First day in round 5, and I already met 3 roommates out of 6. So around 7 something a.m., I met Quentin, who is this really tall and somewhat muscular French guy who I believe is in his late 20s. He finished his PhD in, yeah, so I was like, whoa, okay, you're like a bajillion levels ahead of me. He finished his PhD, and so he's a postdoc, so postdoctorate, and he does neurogenery. Like, he has a pretty thick accent, so I can't quite tell. Also, he's a black French person, so it is yeah, so maybe there isn't a single white person here, who knows. It's just gonna be interesting, because like I've never had a close white friend. So, but anyways, he explains to me, so, oh, you know, Elon Musk is trying to put a chip in your brain, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, and he's studying that, so that's that. He grabbed a banana and he left. And then I ordered Taco Bell because I'm hungry as fuck. I thought to myself, something simple, Taco Bell, screw it. It's been a while, so I had Taco Bell. Honestly, really delicious. Maybe it's because I'm hungry, but I asked the DoorDasher to come to my building, which is not at the very front in this lot of land. In the instructions, I told him to go to the back, but he did not. So I literally, in these clothes, I love Black Midi. In these clothes, I shouldn't wear this shit. I don't know why I'm wearing it. In these clothes, I ran outside, and I picked up my bag of Trader Joe's. So I literally left my apartment and went outside with these clothes and these pants. Embarrassing. So, yeah, I ran outside, I came back, and I had Trader Joe's. Honestly, really cheap. Including tax, tips, delivery fee, service fee. Actually, $0 delivery fee. All that added up, it was like $22, which is like, fuck me, a bowl of ramen outside would be $22. So honestly, pretty cheap in terms of DoorDash. So it's fine. I don't know what to eat tomorrow, quote unquote, morning, aka tonight. Maybe just dry cereal. Just dry cereal would be fine, I guess. I'm not really sure. But yeah, the Taco Bell was nice. And my mouth was dirtied up, but I didn't realize it. So I finished the Taco Bell at my dirty place. I went downstairs and I saw a woman with long, I think blackish hair. So I'm like, okay, here's the Asian person. So he turns around and turns out she is Minji, who is Korean. She just told me she's not a student, but she works for USC in the USC Health campus, not even in the main campus. Like some lab stuff, and I'm like, cool. And then just then my stuff is dried, so yay. And yeah, I'm going to bed now. I'm gonna take a shower again, shower part 2, and I'm just gonna go to bed and enjoy, and I'm just gonna wake up naturally. I don't think I'm gonna immediately fall asleep, but I hope I do. And then, yeah, today was really short. If you count today as like when I woke up from the plane, then today's really short. If you don't count that, then today's super long. But yeah, I woke up at around 9 a.m. on the plane, and right now it's like 9 a.m. Huh? No. I woke up at 9 p.m. on the plane because that was around 12 at noon? Yes. No. Okay, whoa. I woke up at 9 a.m. in Hong Kong time, which is 6 p.m. in the US time. So, okay, anyways, I am messed up. looking forward to meet the other 3 roommates, I guess. But yeah, looking good, looking nice. Kind of a mess, but it works, you know, it works. And maybe I'll do a cup noodle in the morning. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Or I'll probably save the cup noodle. I'll probably just do those instant noodles. Maybe that works. I don't know, but I had nothing to eat with it. No vegetables, nothing. Yeah, but yeah, tomorrow after I wake up, Ralph's. Instantly go to Ralph's. No questions asked. And then Trader Joe's. If I have time. If not, I go home, and then I go to bed again. Hopefully later. So last time the strategy was I sleep earlier and earlier, but that's difficult. That's extremely difficult for me. I usually stay awake for like 15, 16 hours, 17 hours per day, and I can't. If it's less than that, then I would still have energy. So this time I'm gonna push it late. So right now I'm going to bed at 9 a.m. probably 9:30. Tomorrow, 12 at noon. I'm gonna make myself last longer. 12 at noon. Actually, I can wait a little more right now and go to bed at 12 at noon. But then if I go to bed at noon and I wake up naturally at around 8 p.m., then it's going to be late for Ralph's. So that's bad. I don't want that. So, oh my god. But isn't this insane though? It's like, how many sunrises do I need to go through to do that? I don't know. Shit. I don't know. Huh. Anyways, I'll go to bed now. Maybe I'll wait out even longer. Maybe I'll go to bed at 3 p.m. and then I wake up at midnight. I don't know. It's a fucking mess. But like either way, if I go backwards, if I sleep backwards, like if I right now is 9 a.m. If I sleep backwards, say tomorrow 6 a.m., I still have to like witness the sunrise. You know. And then say next day 4 a.m. Honestly, it's not that undoable. Whereas right now it's more like 9 a.m. tomorrow, 12 at noon, 3 p.m., 6 p.m. That's actually even worse. Shit. I don't know. Oh my god, okay, 9 a.m., okay, if I do 2-hour intervals, right? And also, if I want to go to school, I want to sleep early. So let's say the goal is 1 a.m. So 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 5 days versus 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 1. Oh, fuck. I don't know.